Shalom, shalom. The brother Shemayala want to give all praises, glory, honor, and thanksgiving to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Alright? So hopefully what you see here before you is an image of a book called America, being the latest and most accurate description of the New World Book 1 by Kimberly R. Norton and John Ogilvy. Okay? We're going to get into this book. You know what I'm saying? So far, it's been a pretty good read. Alright? And got some interesting facts in this book, man. So I'm going to just bring them out. You know what I'm saying? So far, it's been a good book. But let's get something. Let's get into this book, man. Okay? Okay, let's go to page 11. Let's start at page 11. Let's read this real quick, man. That's what you guys that say Israelites ain't in Africa, and you know what I'm saying, it's just a bunch of Hamites in Africa. Come on, man. No. Get the hell out of here with that, man. Okay, this is really for you chart boys. Okay? This is for you chart boys right now. It says this: after these, King John of Portugal sent Jacques Cano with a fleet, who, sailing, found the river Xeres, where he erected a pillar with an inscription, Latin and Portuguese, signifying by who and in what king's reign these African coasts were discovered. Okay? Continuing on, here he also met some of the natives who, more civilized than the rest, told him. Now that's an interesting fact. It said these natives that were more civilized than the rest. Okay? You gotta take mental note of that. You know what I'm saying? It said, told him that they had a mighty king who reigning over them kept his court some few days' journey up in the country, to whom Cano, sending his agents, detained 4 Africans as pledges, which he carried with their free consent to Portugal, promising to bring them back in 15 months, who before that time, having got some smatterings of their tongue, informed them that their native soil was called Congo, to which returning by the appointed time they were according to their agreement exchanged for the Portuguese, and Cano addressed himself with rich presents to their king, whom he found sitting in their manner on an ivory throne, being from the middle upward naked. Okay, so basically from his torso up to his chest, he was naked. You know, he had a shirt off, man. But he was sitting on the ivory throne. That's scriptures, man. Come on, let's go to the scriptures, man, real quick, man. If you already seen the scriptures, so you could have went ahead and saw it already. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to skip ahead, whatever. But let's go to 1 Kings chapter 10, man. Let's go there. Start at verse 14. He says, "But now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 606 talents of gold. Beside that, he had of the merchantmen, and of the traffic of the spice merchants, and of all the kings of Arabia, and of the governors of the country. And King Solomon made 200 targets. And King Solomon made 200 targets of beaten gold, 600 shekels of gold, 1 to 1 target. And he made 300 shields of beaten gold, 3 pound. 3 pound of gold went to 1 shield, and the king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon." Okay, here's the point here. "Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory, and overlaid it with the best gold." Okay? "The throne had 6 steps, and the top of the throne was round behind, and there were stays on either side on the place of the seat, and 2 lions stood beside the stays." So it's clear, man. You know what I'm saying? These so-called Africans We're not Hamites. You sitting on the ivory throne like Solomon. Come on, man. Where you think they got that from? Okay? These were Israelites, man. You sitting on the ivory throne, right? Okay, that's definitely the same thing Solomon was doing, man. Or had in his day. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. You guys talking about these people are just Hamites. Nah, man. That's not true. Okay? Now, let's go to another page, man. Let's go to another page in this book. Alright? Let's get this real quick, man. Okay? Let me zoom. This is page 37. Alright? Page 37 up here. This is what I want. This is what I want here. It says, some would derive the Americans from the Jews, others from the 10 tribes of Israel, carried into captivity, the ground of which opinions is that the Jews and Israelites were scattered amongst all nations. Therefore, they conclude that America was also peopled by them. I'm about to get to the point right here. It says, the rather, because the ancient Jews and Americans were of one complexion and went alike habited, both going without shoes, only wearing sandals and an upper coat over a shorter linen vest. You see that? It says the Jews and Americans were of one complexion, man. So if the Jews are black, what the hell you think the Americans were? And the Israelites, which were the Americans, you know what I'm saying, at first. It says that the Jews and the Israelites were scattered amongst all nations, therefore they conclude that America was peopled by them. The rather, because the ancient Jews and Americans were of one complexion. Come on, man. They all black, man. The 12 tribes of black people. That's it. Okay? They black, man. This is why you get scriptures like this. Okay? This is why you get scriptures like this. You know what I'm saying? Let me get it real quick. Alright. Amos 9 and 7. Okay? It says what? Are ye not as the children, okay, of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel, saith the Lord? Had not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt, and the Philistines from Caphtor, and the Syrians from Ker? Come on, man. That's just it's plain and simple, man. Okay? The children of Israel are as Ethiopians. Black people, man. We just read here also in this book called America. Okay? They just said it right there, man. Okay? Some would derive the Americans from the Jews, others from the 10 tribes of Israel. So it really don't make no difference. Carried into captivity, the ground of which opinions is that the Jews and Israelites were scattered amongst all nations. Therefore they conclude that America was also peopled by them. The rather because the ancient Jews and Americans were of one complexion. Come on, man. So that's showing you right there, it lines up with scripture. It lines right up with scripture, man. So, all you talking about some confusion of faith? Ain't nothing confusing about how they look, man. Okay. All right. So, and listen, after the third generation, your seed is spoiled, man. You're no longer what you were 2, 3 generations ago. All right. If you cannot show me your forefathers are Negro within 3 generations, man, you're not Israel, man. Come on, man. So they have the same complexion. Dark-skinned people, black people, man. That's it. Alright? It ain't hard to tell. Now, what else I wanted to get real quick, man? Check this out. Y'all like to say the Peruvians are Israelites, right? Well, hold on. Let's see what they say. Let's see what the Peruvians say for themselves. Okay? Once again, I'm in this book called America, man. Okay? Let's see what they say for themselves. Okay? Let me start here. It says, thus much we have said to prove that the Norwegians have no hand in planting the Northern America. We shall now proceed to inquire who planted the southern parts from the straits between Panama and Nombre de Dios to the Straits of Magellan. The Peruvians, possessing large tract of land along the coast of the South Sea Grotius, would thus derive from China. Now let's see what these Peruvians say about themselves. It says here. All right. The Peruvians, being of subtle wit and quick of apprehension, argue sufficiently that they are not extracted from the more northern Americans, check this out, but rather from the Chinese, which the several wrecks of Chinese ships found on these coasts sufficiently evidence. So no. The Peruvians, what tribe y'all say the Peruvians are? Hold on. Alright, so we got Peru right there. We got Peru right here. Let's see what we got here. Peru. Okay. Now, I'm talking about Chinese Peruvians. These people, let me find a damn. I'm talking about these Peruvians. Hold on real quick, man. Yeah, I'm talking about these people here. Okay? I'm talking about these people. These people are Chinese, man. I'm not talking about the black people in Peru. Alright? Look, man. Chinese, man. They got the narrow eyes and all. Look at her, man. Come on, man. They look Chinese, man. It ain't hard to tell, man. Come on, man. That's a Chinese woman, man. You can't tell me that she not Chinese. Okay? Come on, man. Look. They look Chinese, man. They just some darker versions of darker Chinese people. Probably migrated from, Southeast Asia. You know what I'm saying? Or what they call China or Mongolia today, man. Which was called Tartary or Tartar. You know what I'm saying? These are Chinese people, man. Let me read that again for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you see my screen, alright? It says again, the Peruvians, being of subtle wit and quick of apprehension, argue sufficiently. They argue sufficiently, man, meaning They believe without a shadow of a doubt, okay, that they are from China, or from Chinese descent. All right. It says argue sufficiently that they are not extracted from the more northern Americans, but rather from the Chinese, which the several wrecks of Chinese ships found on these coasts sufficiently evidence. So hold on the coast of what? Peru? You talking about the coast of Peru? You talking about right here? So they had some shipwrecks on the coast of Peru that were from China. So there's some evidence right there. You know what I'm saying? These people are Chinese, man. Just come on, man. You could look at them and tell. You could look at them and tell, man. Look at her eyes, man. This ain't to make fun of people, just to show you and identify who's who, man. We getting all emotional and sensitive. Come on, look at this kid, man. Look at the eyes, man. Look. They come from China, man. They Chinese, man. They Chinese people. If that ain't Chinese, I don't know what it is, man. Come on. Look. Come on, man. That's Chinese all day. Damn, come on, man. That's Chinese, man. Come on. I could go through image after image and show you these people are Chinese, man. They not the tribe of Asher. That's the tribe. That's the tribe y'all equate these people with, man. Okay. Yeah, Asher, Colombia to Uruguay. From Colombia to Uruguay. All right, so from Colombia all the way to Uruguay. So basically, everybody from Colombia down to Uruguay, except for the Argentinians and Chile, okay, or the tribe of Asher. These people ain't the tribe of Asher, man. The people that are Negro descent in these places are the tribe of Asher. Okay? I just read to you all of Israel is of the same complexion, man. The Jews and the Israelites are the same complexion. Damn chart boys, man. Okay? Come on, man. Chinese, man. I can do this all day, man. I ain't gonna do this all day for you, though. You know what I'm saying? You can do the research for yourself, man. These are Chinese people, man. Look at Look at her eyes, man. Eating good, too. Look like... Come on, man. Come on, Chinese, man. This is easy. This is easy, man. Come on, man. Back to that one. Come on, all day Chinese, man. Okay? Look. Chinese, man. Cusco, Peru. January 6, 2018, man. Come on, this is recent. These are people that are dead now and was dead back then. All day Chinese people, man. Okay? Stop playing around, man. They Chinese. They said it themselves. This is out of their own mouth. It says they argue sufficiently that they are not extracted from the more northern Americans, but rather from the Chinese, which is several wrecks of Chinese ships found on these coasts sufficiently evidence. That's it. They not the tribe of Asher. Man, y'all got to put that down, man. Y'all gotta rearrange, do some revising, if you will. Okay? You gotta revise the chart, man. You definitely gotta revise the chart. Okay? Alright? Cause you a chart boy. Like Lil Wayne. Talking about y'all got some charts, man. Come on, man. They have the same complexion, man. And I brought that out too. Go back to that, man. Chilling up in Africa on ivory thrones, man. Come on. Like Solomon. Some will derive the Americans from the Jews, others from the 10 tribes of Israel carried into captivity. The ground of which opinions is that the Jews and Israelites were scattered amongst all nations, therefore they conclude that America was also peopled by them. The rather because the ancient Jews and Americans were of one complexion, and when alike habited, both going without shoes, only wearing sandals and an upper coat over a shorter linen vest. Come on. Same complexion, man. As the children of Ethiopia, man. You know what I'm saying? Amos 9:7. Are you not as the children of Ethiopia unto me, children of Israel? Come on. Nah, this ain't hard, man. Okay? Where I want to go now? It's page 50 in the same book, page 50, man. Okay? America. Now, I like this right here. Because this is going to cut your second edges 13 mess. Okay, let's read this. It says Tartary, or Tatary, so called from the river Tatar, which runs through the country Mongol into the northern ocean, covers a great part of the terrestrial globe. Oh, this is a globe. Oh my goodness, it's a globe. Okay, the Lesser Tartary makes out a considerable part of Europe. The greater is Asia. It says this great Tartary, which is 1,000 leagues long and 600 broad, reckons 5 chief provinces. Okay? Now they're gonna, well, you'll see. It says the wild Tartary, inhabited by herdsmen, Sagatai, all right, that's going back to Gad, all right, of which the metropolis is Samarkand. It says famous for the mighty Tamerlane. Next, Turkestan. Then Kitai, which the great, that's supposed to be Genghis Khan. It says which the great Khan commands. And lastly, Old Tartary, according to Andreas Caesariensis, the habitation of Gog and Magog. It says now we must inquire from what Tartars the Americans are extracted. So basically out of these 5 provinces, America was basically planted or founded. Okay. It says Monaeus, Postellus, Jean Brodus, Poterus, and others are of opinion that the Tartars, which about the year 1228 under the command of Genghis Khan, which is really Genghis Khan, says overspread the earth like a deluge, were the successors of the 10 tribes of Israel, which were carried into captivity to Assyria by Salmanassar. The name Tartary, or rather Tartaria, seems to be some testimony thereof, because it signifies in the Syrian or Hebrew tongue remnants or remainders, as seemingly because these Tartarians were remainders of the aforementioned tribes. Okay? Nay, the northern Tartary herdsmen preserve to this day the names Dan, Zebulon, and Naphtali, or Naphtali. Wherefore we need not to admire why so many Jews are found in Rubia, Sarmatia, and Leafland, or Leasland. Nay, the nearer to Tartary, the more Jews there are. Okay? So it's basically, you know what I'm saying, proven fact that the 10 tribes, all right, migrated further east over into what we call Mongolia in China today, man. Okay? Which would prove even further that there's basically it's possible that they went across what is called today the Bering Strait. Okay? Which I'm gonna read some more of this book and show you. Alright? It says circumcision hath a long time been observed among them. Before Muhammad brought his new law, it seems that Muhammad ordered the circumcision and other laws according to Moses to be observed by the northern people, because that in his time they began to rebel, that so they might the better be kept in awe by their new religion. Okay? So these Tartars, one group of these Tartars from one of these 5 provinces were Israelites, man. Okay? Now let's get some more facts in this book. Okay? Let's get some more facts. So now that we established that these Israelites were being called Tartars, right? Let's get some more information, man. Let's see how they got to America. I brought this out before, man. All right? I think it's called the Bering Strait is in the scriptures, something like that. I can link it in this video. You know what I'm saying? But this is going to further prove that they made their way over to America through what they call the Bering Strait today. Watch, we're going to get into this, man. They didn't sail through no damn narrow Euphrates River. They went across it, man. Like your scriptures say, they went over dry shod, man. Okay? Alright, here we go. Grotius thus argues, if America joins to Tartary, then the horses which run wild at grass might easily have found America themselves, seeking to improve their pasture, and have gone from one country into the other, as it appears that since the Spaniards transported horses to America, they are dispersed over the highest mountains, out of one province and into the other, or if the Straits of Anian run between both. Okay? So let's see what the Straits of Anian is. Let me see that real quick. Alright. See, here we go. It says, the Strait of Anian was a semi-mythical strait documented from around 1560 that was believed by early modern cartographers to mark the boundary between North America and Asia, and to permit access to a northwest passage from the Arctic Ocean to the Pacific. The true strait was discovered in 1728 and became known as the Bering Strait. The Strait of Anian had been generally placed nearby, but sometimes appeared as far south as California. So the Strait of Anian basically would permit access to a northwest passage from the Arctic Ocean to the Pacific. Okay? Which now is being called the Bering Strait. So we got an idea what we're talking about. Alright. 1610 map showing the Strait of Anian at the approximate location of the Bering Strait. So it looked like it would be around here. Okay, yeah, it's America here. This will have to be the Strait of Anian. So maybe at one point, you know what I'm saying, the land had to be bridged together. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't totally flooded over like it is nowadays. Okay. All right, let's go back to this reading. Strait of Anian. All right, so it says, let me continue. If America joins the Tartary, then the horses which run wild at grass might easily have found America themselves seeking to improve their pasture and have gone from one country into the other, as it appears that since the Spaniards transported horses to America, they are dispersed over the highest mountains out of one province into the other, or if the Straits of Anian run between both. The Tartars never were navigators, and suppose they had been, they would not have crossed without horses, without which they knew not how to subsist. To which we only say thus, that although Tartary now and in former times abounded in horse, yet must we grant that it hath been always so, or that the ancient Scythians, okay, these Scythians also were Israelites as well. Alright, I did a video on that too, I'll probably link it. It says, or that the ancient Scythians, who we avouch first planted America, had such frequent use of them as the Tartars now. It says, this may be controverted, for that these Scythians planting there in the non-age of time, presently after the flood, the use of horses was unknown, which the ancient poets testify by their fiction of centaurs, who when first seen, the horse and rider were taken for one creature. The like mistake the Mexicans had when they saw the mounted Spaniards 1,000 running away from one cavalier. I'm going to get to the point here. It says, as to their coming thither of themselves, it may easily be confuted who knows not that there is no country a continued pasture, but luxurious vales separated with inaccessible mountains, lakes, and vast wildernesses. But David Ingram relates that he saw some horses in the northern America, which the Mexicans and other conquests of the Spaniards never heard of. Whereupon we may conclude, and we suppose without all peradventure, that the Americans have absolutely their original from Tartary, which bordering Armenia, Armenia, where Noah's Ark first rested, hath a convenient way, though beyond the Arctic Circle, through a temperate climate between heat and cold, to Cathay in the same parallel with the neighboring America. Okay? So they basically making a point that if the horses were able to get over to America without the Spaniards, bringing them over here, then how did these other horses get over here? Okay. And they may have, came over by a horse with the use of the horse. Okay. Let me get a precept real quick. Second Ezra, chapter 7. Start at. Alright, it's Second Ezra, chapter 1. Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 1. It says, when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights afore. And he said unto me, up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow, and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? And this is the case, man, with these Tartars, man. Okay? It was a narrow passage that allowed them access to the northwest part of America. Alright? It says, the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were fire on the right hand. Alright? Alright, the ring of fire on the right hand. And on the left, a deep water. Okay? That deep water, basically the ocean. On the left, man. So the scriptures is giving you a clear idea of how they got over into the promised land, their promised land, okay, which is part of the blessing of Joseph, man. Okay, Joseph was the one that received the birthright, and the birthright was what? To have the fatness of the earth, man. So basically, through the blessing that they received, they were supposed to inherit America from the beginning, man. Okay, all of the prophecies being fulfilled was based on the blessing that they received. You know what I'm saying? It says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Okay? If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? So like I say right here, man. Okay? It says, whereupon we may conclude, and we suppose without all peradventure, that the Americans have absolutely their original from Tartary, which bordering Armenia, where Noah's ark first rested, hath a convenient way, though beyond the Arctic circle, through a temperate climate between heat and cold, man, between fire and water, to Cathay, in the same parallel with the neighboring America. Okay? What is Cathay, man? Let's get Cathay. Cathay is an alternative European historical name for China. During the early modern period, Europeans thought of Cathay as a completely separate and distinct culture from China. As knowledge of East Asia increased, Cathay came to be seen as the same polity as China. The term Cathay became a poetic name for China. Alright, so basically Cathay is China, man. Alright, this is the path that Israelites of the Northern Kingdom took to get to America, man. Most likely on horses. Because they were, you know what I'm saying, they were horsemen. They rode on horses, man. That's why you had Gad over here, the so-called Mongoloid Indians, on horses. They were known to be on horses, man. And them horses they had were not given to them by Spaniards. Come on, man. They came here and they found them on horses. So how did they get the horse? The horse came over here with the Northern Kingdom that were being called Tartary or Tartars. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple, man. You know what I mean? So like I said, these people ain't, they're not Israelites. Okay? They're not Israelites, man. They Chinese. They go back to Chinese people. You know what I'm saying? They say it. They say it themselves. That they Chinese. Okay. And I'm gonna just close out with that, man, because you know what I'm saying. Ain't nothing else to really bring up, really, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. This is a Chinese child. Stock photo, Cusco, Peru, January 6th. Cusco is a city in the Peruvian Andes and once was capital of the Inca Empire. Okay. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Who y'all call the Incas? Okay, yeah, you call the Incas, yeah, tribe of Asher. But these Peruvians are not the tribe of Asher, man. All right. Y'all gonna have to stop that, man. Out there pushing these lies with this fake chart, man. All right. That is, I'm gonna say peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and give all praises, glory, honor, and thanksgiving to Yahweh Ba Shema Mashiach Yahushua Shalom.